Good to go? All right. All right. Warner, who is the CEO of Double Edge. How's it going, Warner?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. Yeah, just living the dream out here in New York City on lockdown, unfortunately. How's everything where you are?
Everything's fine here. Things calming down. Perfect.
Awesome. It's glad to hear. So, I guess the first question I have for you is, how did you get into crypto?
Well, it's a long story. I want to make it short.
Okay.
I was interested a lot in finance things since I was young or since I was poor, and I was because I came from a very poor background, and so I was thinking about all these people having all these wonderful things. Like a Lamborghini or a big house, and I came from this very small town and very small apartments that we lived in with four apartments and me as a baby. So finance was always my thing. And in 2010, actually, I decided, okay, I'm not sure if I can swear here, but
Oh,
screw
go
it.
for it.
I will decide. I decided to go all in when it comes to finance, and I decided to become a day trader and did a lot of forex trading. And this happened until 2012, where I got a really serious burnout, unfortunately, because I was working almost 24/7. And in 2013 or 14, I think it was 14, I was recovering because I was out for almost half a year. I lost all my money, I pretty much lost everything, including friends and contact to family and everything. So it was really bad time. And in 2014, I did a restart, and it was also with cryptos a restart because I was, of course, hearing from cryptos early on in 2010 already. Because trading also was like, okay, listen, how can you make money from home? How can you learn all about this trading stuff and how on what assets you can apply these kind of things and this knowledge. And it was not so important back then because it was more like mining, of course, in 2010. 2011 and but in 2014 it was my first steps towards cryptos and started to get my first wallet and build up some knowledge and build up some experience how this works. And I have a tiny background, I would say, in IT as well, because but I must admit, the last time I developed something by myself was in 2003. So I'm a little out of experience now, a little, no, seriously. I'm totally lost when it comes to developing now. But the point is, I had a basic idea about how this whole thing works. So it was easier for me to get a grab on it. And the main point was for me the idea of some sort of alternatives to the common fiat money trading, because I was trading forex, of course, usually the euro to US dollar, euro to Swiss franc, this kind of pairs. And Bitcoin had something different. It was simply some sort of this new shiny toys, this kind of attraction you want to play with this kind of things. You need to want to get a grip on it. And yeah, this is the way it started all. And in 2017, then I met this business partner of mine, where we went more or less from the trading side, uh, just as a client, more or less, to the side of the developer and the side of the providers. And yeah, this is something we work on now since, I would say, late, let's say early 2018. Yeah, this
Oh, wow.
is
That's incredible. And Double Edge is an exchange, right?
the idea is an everything exchange, actually, because it should be eventually an exchange where you can trade everything that is somehow connected to a token. Like, for example, the main exchanges currently focus a lot on fintech and finance trading, and people uh, try to read the charts about where they can get in, blah blah. But this is just one use case, in my opinion. We can do so much more. Like, for example, if you are booked a flight, on a certain airline, and but you know that you will not fly with this airline in the next half a year, so these bonus miles that you usually get will expire. So you probably can sell these bonus miles on the exchange and get some Bitcoin instead. Same goes for coupons, for example, for e-commerce shops. Maybe you um, ordered something from a certain shop, and this shop gave you a coupon for $10. You should be able to sell this $10 coupon, let's say for $5, because you will, if you will not use it, of course, but you can sell it for $5. Someone else is happy to get a $10 discount for $5. You know, this kind of that you can really trade everything, and eventually, like, you can sell your bonus miles for coupons. You know, eventually it goes far deeper. Like you even trade bandwidth, and you know that the possibilities are almost endless. China is already pretty far when it comes to this kind of topic, but still they are actually, even they are still in an infancy and test net center currently. So, but this is actually the Europe, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I guess I have another question for you. Do you think Bitcoin can become a global reserve currency?
I think it can become maybe not a currency, but an alternative asset. Maybe you know that we probably have a digitalized dollar, a digitalized euro, a digitalized yuan, but have this kind of an alternative money, an alternative asset. People can um, use it as in the portfolios, for example, to invest instead of blue chips, they invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's more like that it will become probably a safe haven because you know, the limited supply, the scarcity, all those things really play into this direction, in my opinion. Same with gold, probably, that people will, it's not a matter of Bitcoin versus gold, in my opinion, but it's more like Bitcoin and gold together fighting this kind of overvalued companies and overvalued currencies, actually, that too much push currencies. When you think about this, all these printers that go now, I mean, it's insane. So I think it can become an alternative. Yeah, maybe not really replacing a currency or a state's currency, but definitely an alternative.
Yeah. Do you think it's smart also to have Bitcoin in your retirement fund? Or,
At the moment, that's a tough one. I would
yeah.
say to a tiny percent, yes.
Yeah.
It, you know, when you look at a portfolio, you have to first of all ask yourself, how much risk do I want to take?
Mm.
How much do I really go for the safe way, like with bonds and with funds and with this huge like the uh, these global funds, for example, or this. I'm too long away from trading these kind of things.
Yeah.
The last time I did this was about 5 or 6 years ago. Anyway, but it could be, yeah. I think, but it's just as I said, same as gold. When you have a portfolio, you build something with gold and you hold, let's say, 5% in gold. And if you own like the same percentage in Bitcoin, I think that could be very beneficial and increase the profit return rate eventually.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, thanks again for coming on. And just gonna start wrapping this up. And just where can people find you?
They can find me and us more or less at double-edge.net, which is our homepage. They can try out our backend, our MVP that we have currently. And everybody who will give us a feedback about this and will help us working on this project will get the first month free of fees when we finally launch the final product. So I think this could be an incentive to help us because we really currently need new people who help us to make it client friendly. I mean, I have, of course, we know where the thing goes, but the more feedback you have, the better. And this should be something that is community driven. And the feedback of the community is of high value to us. And the more we get, the better.
Yeah.
So this is the main thing, as well as on Twitter at Sic Parvis Magna, which is written SICK Parvis Magna, which is Latin phrase for make small things big.
That's awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on, and have a good day.
Yeah, thank you, Tom,
All
for
right.
having me here. Thank
Oh,
you
of course.
again. Bye.
Bye.